Hey everyone, thanks for joining us again. This is video 3 in the series on our STU class wheel-to-wheel racing Supra here. It's a 1985 Mark II Celica Supra. This is the 2JZ GTE that we've swapped in there. It is out of an Aristo. It has the VVTi system on there. It is stock pistons, rings, rods, all that. It does have fresh bearings in it and fresh seals, but that's about it. A lot of other stuff on the outside, though. Everything's been pretty much upgraded. You can see it's got the HO lightning coils from ProFI. We are running ProFI 128 engine management on the car. It has a radium fuel rail. You can't really see it in there. Really nice piece though. Also has a radium fuel pulsation dampener. Injector dynamics injectors, I believe IDX 1050s in this car. Then you've got a Fuel Labs fuel pressure regulator. It's also got a little test port there that's class required. Then you've got, you can see our fire system here, these red ports. It is a aqueous foaming system, so not a halon system. And you can see the wiring has been all done. It's a complete custom harness, all built from scratch, all new connectors, all new wire. Got mil-spec on the bulkhead here. Everything on the engine is new, fresh connector and pin for whatever device it is. Most of it's Toyota stuff on the, or generic stuff on it, depending. It does have a solid racing bracket to support those coils. Throttle body has been converted to manual throttle body from drive-by-wire just for basically fail-safe. It's a little less likely to fail in manual use than the drive-by-wire one. And to accompany that, we have now added a idle air control valve. It's off of a Toyota 2ZZ GE and just a pretty basic rotary idle air control valve. On the charge piping here, you can see we do have a tiled blow-off valve, and we are using the Vibrant Van Gen couplers on the bottom. They were actually what was available before HD couplers came out, and this car, they were built back, before those HDs were out, so they were what was used. You can see we have converted the coolant lines to AN as well, the upper lines anyways. The lower is still a standard line on the cold side, and you can kind of see the dry sump. We'll do more in depth on that later, but it is a really cool daily engineering billet dry sump. Brand new alternator, brand new power steering pump, both Toyota units. You get a reservoir here for power steering. That's the breather for the dry sump. And over there you have the pressurized reservoir for the cooling system. There will be a low pressure reservoir for the cooling system going over here when we're done. Only other really cool thing is you've got this Peterson Fluid Systems oil filter mount, which has a nice little nub on top of it. We can put a drill on top of there, spin that up, and put about 20-25 pounds of oil pressure into the engine before actually starting it. So no worries about damage to bearings from dry fire. And we will have a heater on the reservoir as well, so we'll be able to get hot oil to everything in the engine before use. Last little thing is the vacuum regulator, also Peterson Fluid Systems, and that's used to control the crankcase vacuum with the dry sump. We don't want it pulling too much vacuum and sucking air in through the seals, so that'll be used to regulate that. All right, I think that's it for this video. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you soon for our next edition. Once again, it's hashtag DDPR Supra and hashtag STU Supra.